Hello, ladies and gents. I'm Samantha Alicia, and together with my partner, Belinda Lai, and our lovely professor, Dr. Malor Yunus, we will be sharing our research. This is Lumos Express, a writing tool to improve ESL learners' motivation and descriptive writing. Ladies and gents, we are all well aware of the pandemic that we are facing. Of course, we're going to the endemic phase now. However, COVID 19 has affected so many sectors, education included. Students had to study online and they spend those learning hours with their best friend called technology. We have various subjects in school, one of it is English. In the official Malaysian education system, the English language in Malaysia is taught in primary and secondary schools for a total of 11 years accumulatively. Acquiring the target language is no doubt vital to enable the citizen to complete globally. According to researchers, writing is the hardest skill to master. Thus, various techniques has been conducted in the formal classroom to help improve the writing skill among second language learners. One of the techniques is known as Lumos Express.
Three common problems were identified among Year 5 students. First, they struggle to develop descriptive writing due to lack of motivations. Second, they are unable to express feelings and thoughts in writing. Third, they fail to structure ideas effectively in writing. Therefore, Sketch's applications by Tayasu is used in this study to cater these problems. First, descriptive writing is the most basic form in writing skill. Teaching students to write more descriptively is a way to engage students to gradually improve their writing skills. When students are familiar with the concept of descriptive writing, they will be able to practice more with writing activities, and this will help them to improve their writing skills in time. Second, an effective way to teach writing is using pictures. Through illustrations, students will be stimulated to write compared to writing without images. Pictures can enhance pupils in learning to write when they find it is fun and interest to describe their ideas freely in sentences. Third, growing access to the internet and technology has improved the students' learning environments. The advances of technology worldwide has enabled online learning opportunities for all students to access different kinds of technology tools in learning. Fourth, scaffolding guides students to improve their competency, not just the acquired skill, but with the ones a learner would possibly gain during the scaffolding process. Scaffolding strategy in teaching writing is an effective way to motivate and encourage learners to perform successfully. Next, we move on to the motivation in writing. Motivation is very important for students to improve in language learning. Students need tools to motivate it, and Sketches app plays its roles here. 10 students were involved in these studies. They are divided into average and advanced group. The instruments are entries using Sketches app, observations, and interview. The duration of this study is 8 weeks. Data were triangulated through document analysis, observations, and interview. This study's procedure was based on ADIS module, which covers the phases of analysis, design, development, implementations, and evaluation. In these studies, students were asked to produce a piece of writing without guidance, and the topic was standardized by the teachers. The first entry without guidance were kept for analysis. Then they were introduced to the Lumos Express project using Sketches to write. They were guided for the first 3 entries. Students worked independently from the 5th entries onwards. During these processes, the students would construct, use pictures, and their own experiences in the Lumos Express project. Evaluation was done through observation and document analysis as well as interview. Observation and document analysis were recorded during pre, while, and post. These were done to evaluate the effectiveness of Sketches app to motivate students in writing. Interviews were recorded after students completed their last entries.
The findings was fascinating, considering this was the first time any of these students were introduced to the use of technology in writing. The objective of this project was to observe their improvements in their descriptive writing skill and to explore the technique of using technology and pictures in enhancing these students' descriptive writing skill. Now let's look deeper into our findings and discussion. Now, let's look at the first one. Lumos Express encourage the aspect of exploration through technology to motivate learners to write. This writing tool, using the app called Tayasui Sketches, it sparks curiosity, which led to the exploration in technology within these learners. The more tool they discover, the more excited they'll be when they're given tasks to write, because this gives them the purpose to use it. Now let's look at the next one. Lumos Express promotes autonomy in learning. Right. When we give them the freedom of choice, that's when the learners take charge. They feel like they're a part of something meaningful and new. You know, just like that song. It's a start of something new. It feels so right to be here with you. Oh, okay, that's from High School Musical. Okay, so that's what I meant. When you give them a purpose, when you give them the autonomy, they will feel that they're a part of something, all right? And then that's when the magic happens. Now let's move on to the next one. Lumos Express, it's a tool to motivate ESL learners to become better writers. Average learners experience improvement. Advanced learners, they become one step better than they were yesterday. See? Next, the aspect of scaffolding help to mold these learners' confidence in writing through technology, just like in any regular day. Learning to use something new. Okay, don't make me sing again. Scaffolding is vital. As time passes, these learners, they will be able to stand on their own. And better, after that, they'll be able to produce or create something with the knowledge they've learned. Now, let's move on to the next one. Positive feedbacks from the student, of course. All right. Using technology, it's something new to these students, because some of them they have never even experienced technology before, so they feel so great when they're able to be a part of something new and meaningful, especially in the formal environment in the classroom. All right, so the creation and presence of stimulus support motivation in learning. Who wouldn't want to look at pretty pictures? Plus, you get to write using this cool application instead of boring pen and paper. Plus, these pens and markers, paper brushes, they would never run out of ink. See, how cool is that? Now let's move on to the next one. Now let us go deeper into document analysis. The first key points here is that what we discover from the document analysis, Lumos Express, this project using Tayasui Sketches, it's an engaging writing tool. The key aspect here was that making descriptive writing a very essential but an engaging task that involved many aspects of language learning, as language is, of course, acquired through exploring and experiencing. The first aspect here was the Tayasui Sketches application, which was used as a manner of exploration that aroused the students' interest. The application enabled the learners to have free choices. Alright, we have also discovered technology as a tool to harness creativity and self-expression using Lumos Express. In other words, creativity unlocked. Alright, now, by using pictures, students can brainstorm ideas or contents within their written text, and then these written texts, they will have meaning. Visual aid the learners, especially average learners, to state their ideas in English and write appropriate supporting postulations. As they discover more tools, they discover more ways to create and express their visions and ideas. The presence of pictures support their imagination, because not everyone is a natural born writer, all right, especially in learning second language. These learners, they need technique which can enhance their aspect of motivation, as descriptive writing in a second language is not an easy feat. Once these learners understand that they have the authorities in their own learning, Lumos Express project became their voice. All right, in time, these average students' experience during the learning would eventually lead to improvement in descriptive writing and its quality as well. So as you can see here, these are the post and pre and post products from the advanced group. Pretty, right? Yeah, we are excited when we got it. Yeah, so here.
The shift of attitudes towards descriptive writing using the tired sketches technology was an intriguing process to witness as it shows a positive result. The learners will observe through participants' observations where the observer participates into the activities of the group whose behavior is to be observed. Through the observation, you will notice that 10 respondents were motivated to write their essay using these applications. Let's look at the pre-Lumos Express observations of respondent 2 and respondent 7 from the advanced group. Since everyone likes to look at photos, their function in the classroom is as a stimulus for the students' attention. Pictures bring the outside world into the classroom in a vividly imaginative way. This aspect of pictures helps learners gain ideas for their writing. Next, let's look at one observation of Lumos Express project of respondent 2 and respondent from the average group. The task was purposely created to elicit the response on the students' interest where they were given the autonomy to express themselves. It seems that two students did not perform well in writing despite the task being easy. Thus, constructive criticism was given to the students for the next lessons in order to boost their motivations and quality. At the end of the project, a final observation was made. The learners are motivated and optimistic. With the presence of scaffolding earlier, they are better than they were in the beginning of the project. In the scaffolding stage, the educator must create the environment where it is okay to make mistakes, because mistakes are the facts of life, and that's how we grow. Let's move on to the interview.
Now let's move on to interview. So these are some of the responses that we would like to show you. And we've got positive response. Yes. All right. And how can it not be fun? Just like I mentioned earlier, the Lumos Express project using Tayasui sketches, they have tools, cool tools like brushes, pens, markers, and they can't run out of ink. You can use as many time as you want. How awesome is that? All right. So when you divert the traditional classroom to an infused technology class, magic happens, just like this one. All right. Now I'd like to divert our attention to this comment. This is by Joy from Baram. She mentioned that it's difficult to type at first. I practiced many times because it's my first time using apps to write essays, so she faced difficulties at first. Now, this is where scaffolding comes in. When it comes to learning something new, just like any other day, we need proper scaffolding. It's crucial. Before they could stand on their own, before they could fly, just like baby birds and butterfly. It rhymes. Butterfly, fly away. I keep on singing. It's my favorite thing to do. And so, ladies and gentlemen, we are almost at the end of our presentation. These are our conclusion on Lumos Express, a cool writing tool. It rhymes again. It promotes motivation in descriptive writing and encourage learners' involvement in the writing process. How can how can students not be motivated with all the cool tools? These are kids we're talking about. A candy makes them ecstatic. Imagine using apps like this in class. Do you know what will happen? Magic. All right. Next one. Curiosity in technology equals to motivation plus creativity. Now, curiosity doesn't always kill the cat. Sometimes the cat discovers Wonderland or chicken pies. In this case, this is Wonderland. Lumos Express using Tayasui sketches. That is Wonderland. That is the chicken pie. In this case, right? You can see it. They progress from the first entry until the last one. Right? Now, let's move on to our final slide. Lumos Express does improve the learner's motivation in descriptive writing. This technology integrated technique is an evolution in writing. It is worth diving into, of course, and as educators in a country where the English language is vital to ensure survival in the globalized world, it is our duty to explore various techniques to aid learners in improving their writing skill. And in time, we would produce learners with good writing skills, and in this case, through Lumos Express. You don't feel writing with pens and paper? You don't feel like using pens or paper? You're struggling in descriptive writing? Demotivated and bored? Lumos Express is the answer. Lumos.